We are live. I hope you can hear me. Quickly checking my own live stream to see if I can hear myself. Let's see if that is indeed the case. Okay, I sound great. I sound great. Great. All right. Nutty Sports Gamer here. 1993 season is underway. We'll try to do a little today. Maybe get to the All Star break. I'll try. I'll try to get to the All Star break. No promises. Mainly around. I'll see how I feel around 12, around midnight. If I want to keep going, maybe I'll go for another hour, and we'll see where we're at. But if I want to get to the All Star break, let me get right into business. Let me start going over the teams. I also want to double check courts as we go. Hopefully that doesn't take too long, but I just want to make sure all the courts are up to date. I only think one or two courts should have been upgraded. So I don't even think it's that big of a deal, but I didn't even check all the courts when I started up this sim. But we are in year 2 of the 40-year sim. We started in the 1992 season, so now we're at the 1993 season, and there were some moves over the offseason, which I went over in the previous stream. But we'll check out each roster before we get into some games. And like I said, we'll keep an eye on some of the courts and see where we're at with that. But without further ado, hello to those of you who are here yet, and those of you who will see it later, or see the stream later. Hello to you then. But I'm gonna focus right now on going over the rosters, and let's go. 76ers are up. Big turn of events for the 76ers. They lost Charles Barkley over the offseason. They traded him. He demanded to be traded. They lost in the second round, the postseason. They won 51 games. And Barkley is getting sick of it. He's getting sick of not being on a team that competes for championships. Feels like the Sixers are stagnating in that department. So what they do, well, they traded Barkley to the Lakers, not the Phoenix Suns, because I learned that this was a possibility. This could have happened, and I wanted to explore this alternate reality of Barkley not on the Suns but on the Lakers, especially since Magic Johnson is still on the Lakers. I think it could make for. I think it'd be pretty fun. So yeah, let's check out the Sixers roster though. Let's see where they're at now that they don't have Barkley. Got Johnny Dawkins at point guard, Hersey Hawkins, James Worthy is now a six. Now I find this interesting because we all associate James Worthy as being the partner to Magic Johnson, or the trio, of him, Magic, and Kareem. What about James Worthy having his own team? What would that be like? And we get to explore that a little bit. He is kind of, he's 31. He's not that old. He's 31. So we'll get to explore that a little bit, which I think is pretty cool to see how he can handle having his own team. And then you got Armin Gilliam, he's back. Roy Tarpley, who they signed from free agency. I think in real life he was banned for substance abuse or steroids. Well, he's here. In this league, you can use all the steroids you want. But he's back. He's here. I think he used to play for the Boston Celtics? Is that no Sacramento? Okay, yeah. So he I think he played for Sacramento or for Boston in my previous sim. That's why I'm thinking that. But Roy Tarpley's the starting center. You got Ron Anderson back in Philly. You got Steve Kerr, who they got in a trade with the Cavaliers, who I think can be a nice addition, shooting wise, being a backup point. And you got Anthony Peeler, who they drafted in the '92 draft, and Tracy Murray, another rookie. So they got some rookies. Eldon Campbell, who's only a couple years into the league. I predict being like their center for the future. We'll see how Tarpley fares in the beginning of the season, and if he's good enough to stick around, we'll have him around. But I think eventually Eldon Campbell will take over the starting center job for the Sixers, but he's not quite there yet. And here's the rest of the bench, the reserves: Brian Oliver, Manute Bol, who I got to find a team for, but he's already 30. I don't know. We got to find something for Manute Bol to do. He shouldn't be wallowing deep in the bench. And same thing for Charles Shackelford. I think we'll try to find ways to move those guys because I think there are some teams who need big men. And yeah, by the trade deadline, we'll see if we can get those guys moved. But that's Philly. Let's check out their core. I think we've seen it a few times last season, but yeah, this is the court that they should be playing on. This is what James Worthy looks like as a Sixer. We'll be seeing more James Worthy in action probably in this stream. But let's move on to the Bucks, a team I don't know if we'll be seeing much because check out their roster. They got rid of a lot of guys. They did a trade with the Jazz where they unloaded some of their veterans for some younger players, including Eric Murdoch, who's only 24, was drafted in the 91 draft. So they're going to get him to develop on the Bucks alongside Blue Edwards, who's a little bit older, a little bit more experience, a good shooter that the Bucks have to pair alongside Murdoch. Then they got rookie Malik Sealy, who I believe they got in the trade with the Jazz. I believe. The stream was a few days ago, but I believe that's what happened. And then Frank Burkowski is in the front court with rookie Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning got drafted by the Bucks with the third pick of the 92 draft. And he's going to develop and grow on this team. And then now off the bench, you got old Vinny Microwave Johnson. You got Jeff Grayer. You got Fred Roberts. You got Scott Williams, who the Bulls had to unload in order to be able to re-sign Horace Grant. And Brad Lowhouse and some end-of-bench guys here. And all right, before I get to... I want to show you guys some of the adjustments I made. Simulation settings. I'll do that at the end. I hope I don't forget. But because I do want to show you, I made some adjustments. Because some adjustments definitely need to be made in terms of guys with low field goal percentage shooting. That was a problem that hopefully I fixed that. I hope I did. I'm not sure, but we won't know until we know. We won't know until we actually get into it. So yeah, but that's the Bucks, and their court looks like this. I don't even think we've seen it yet so far, but this is indeed their court. And there's Alonzo Mourning, already the best player overall rating wise. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see if he has an interesting matchup with Shaq. If we can get a Shaq Alonzo Mourning matchup, and it's a close game at the end, maybe we'll check that out. But yeah, and in the '94 season, the Bucks should have a new look, new jerseys, new court. So that should be something to look forward to, and hopefully they'll be a little bit better by then as well. Checking out very next team, the Washington Bullets. Ramil Robinson is the starting point guard. Rookie Harold Miner in the backcourt. You got Harvey Grant, small forward. A young Terry Mills, who left in free agency from the Nets to the Bullets. You got Nervous Purvis Ellison at starting center. Rookie Tom Gugliotta, John Williams, Tim Legler. Legs. I boosted him up a little bit because I want to see him get some minutes. I want to see if he can be a good contributor to this team. Got A.J. English, who I believe is Alex English's brother, if I'm not mistaken. Larry Stewart and Scotty Brooks. I want to eventually thin this rotation to 10 or maybe even 9. So we might get rid of, because we got English, we got Stewart. We got a plethora, a surplus of shooting guards and power forwards. Maybe guys that we move. We'll see. We'll see if if I have the presence of mind to do that. Maybe we'll do that at the beginning of next stream. But that's the Bullets court-wise. Nothing too special. I love how plain. There's something refreshingly plain about the Bullets. Court design and logos and jersey and all that. So yeah, I like the Bullets overall look. It's just very classy and just simple, understated designs. But let's go to the Bulls. As far as the Bullets, I consider it to be a borderline lottery team, maybe not a playoff team. Maybe a team that wins about 35, 40 games at most. And that's depending on how good Harold Miner is, how well Terry Mills and Purvis Ellison fit in the front court. That's kind of where I see them at. Moving on to the Bulls, who I see as an obvious championship contender. They should compete for championships because they got Michael Jordan still and Scottie Pippen, B.J. Armstrong, Horace Grant, Bill Cartwright, Tony Kukoc coming off the bench. They signed some guys: Terry Davis, Kevin Edwards. They brought back John Paxson, and that's about it. They got Judd Buechler here. They got Brent Price here, and Will Perdue, who I'm expecting to get back on in the rotation at some point, just not right now. I want to start off with this tight 9-man rotation and see, because we have Terry Davis right here who can switch from power forward to center. So I think we have a nice tight rotation where we were really trying to emphasize and maximize Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen's minutes. In fact, I feel like Michael Jordan should be getting more minutes than that. Let's do that, right? Although I do. Let's just do this. I wanted to at least say that he's getting 40 minutes a game, at least. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. The Bulls core, they're one of the cores that remains consistent almost throughout the entire, uh, franchise existence. But there was some minor changes. And in fact, this might be too early for this core. I think NBA 2K updated this core for us, and I don't believe the font changes yet. But you know what, 2K updated it for us. I'm not going to be a stickler in that regard, so we'll just leave it as is. Also, I think I have to make Jordan bald at some point. Isn't he? Isn't he bald already by now? He has hair, but I hate that I have to. I'll do that next off season, okay? I'll do it next. I'm almost positive he's bald on the '92 Olympic team, but whatever, man. I did a lot of updating from the last season to this season, as much as I could, while wanting to get to the '93 season as fast as possible. So, listen, we gotta move on. We'll make other changes as necessary, but I can't make every single change. Um, you know what I mean? While still being able to move quickly as I'm trying to move, somewhat quickly anyway. Cavaliers, uh, this should be a playoff contender, but they did lose Brad Daugherty to free agency, so they're a bit weaker now. They got Mark Price, Craig Elo, Reggie Williams, Larry Nance. Hot Rod Williams is now the full-time starting center. You got Terrell Brandon coming off the bench again, second year in the league. Maybe going to overtake Mark Price at starting point guard, but not yet. We'll see how he progresses over time, but he's definitely going to be the point guard of the future for the Cavs. I think by the time his second contract comes into play, let's see, when is that? So yeah, we got 2 more seasons with Terrell Brandon on his rookie contract. I think by the time he gets that second contract, we'll have to start thinking about like where is he at overall wise, and where is Mark Price at? Mark Price is 28, still pretty young, still pretty young. Um, and what's his contract looking like, Mark Price? He has 2 more years left, so that's going to be. So I think 93, 94 will be. The Cavs will keep Mark Price around, but when it's time for free agency, or when it gets close to the '94 trade deadline, that's when we start thinking about, hey, do we move Mark Price, try to get assets back, and try to move forward with Terrell Brandon? Where are the Cavaliers at in that point of their franchise? So those are going to be questions that we ask probably next year, but this year this is where we're at with the Cavaliers. Jason Williams, who they got in the trade with Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr to the Sixers, Jason Williams to the Cavs. He's backing up Hot Rod Williams, and eventually maybe being the starting center if he can get to that point at some point. John Sally, backup power forward. Danny Ferry getting minutes this year. He didn't really get any minutes last year. You got John Battle coming off the bench. You got Mitchell, Bobby Phills, who I expect at some point to progress to the point to becoming a rotational player. Then you got Washburn and Jimmy Oliver down here. The core is still their classic core that they had throughout like the late '80s. I think they make an update in another year or two. But until then, this is the Cavs court. So there we go with that. And yeah, I expect the Cavs to make it back to the playoffs, but maybe not as strong as they were last year because they're missing Brad Daugherty. Let's move on to the Boston Celtics, a team that I feel like is probably in a steeper decline than the Cavaliers are. Cavaliers should be okay. Celtics might be in trouble, to put it lightly. D. Brown, point guard, Reggie Lewis, who's at this point their best player. Kevin Gamble at small forward, Larry Bird, Robert Parrish. That's the starting five. Then you get Kevin McHale coming off the bench at age 35. Rick Box, and Ed Pinckney and Sherman Douglas, Joe Klein. That's their rotation. You got guys down here like Steve Rogers, John Bagley, Jeff Rulin, and Don McLean, who, sitting at the end of the bench. And yeah, Celtics. I don't feel like we don't even need to see this, but this is what it looks like. The court, pretty much the standard Celtics court of its era. And yeah, maybe they can win 40 games. I feel like they're declining, and it's coming around that time when is Bird and McHale going to retire? Should they trade Reggie Lewis and start a rebuild? Probably eventually after this season, maybe. Is it this season that happens? Actually, it kind of depends on when Reggie Lewis's contract. The easiest way to look at that is here. So Reggie Lewis has 2 more years left. So I do think next year would be the year to think about trading Reggie Lewis while you still have him under contract. He'd be 28 going into next year. So that's definitely going to be a question for them. But for now, they'll try to make the most of this roster, of this team, of this squad, while Larry Bird is still relatively good and McHale still getting big minutes, and Robert Parrish as well. So, yeah, Celtics are declining, but they're not making the big moves yet, right, to start their rebuild. Los Angeles Clippers made an interesting 3-team trade with the Knicks and the Magic, and they got back Mark Jackson, who's now their starting point guard. Ron Harper is here. He was here before, and he's still here. Ken Norman is now their starting small forward. I forget who their small forward was last season, but it wasn't him. Now he's bumped up to being their starter. Danny Manning, power forward. You get Stanley Roberts at center, who they got from the Magic. You got Anthony Bowie, who they received from free agency, along with Gary Grant, I believe, is also a free agent, right? Where was he last year? He was on the Clippers. Okay, never mind. They brought him back. Olden Polynice is back. In real life, he was traded to the Pistons. I decided to keep him because I kind of like this squad. I feel like this could be a good playoff team. But if they're underperforming, then I'll start thinking about trading Polynice because he's a pretty valuable backup center to have, or maybe even a starter. Loy Vaught, and that's about it. They got some guys down here. Sleepy Floyd at the end of his career. Lee Mayberry, who might get minutes at some point. Maybe not this year, though. Bo Kimball. LaRon Ellis, who I think is a rookie. I'm not quite sure. No, I guess he's at least a second-year guy. But that's the Clippers. I think they could be a playoff team. Maybe another first-round exit. I don't know. Maybe they could go a little bit deeper than that. We'll find out. But let's check out their court. Let's see if it's the court that they should have. I actually don't know if oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what it's supposed to look like. There you go. Sweet. All right. Checking out the Atlanta Hawks. They had made the trade last in the first year of this sim. They made a trade for Michael Adams. Now, what I didn't realize is that during this offseason, they actually traded for Mookie Blaylock. But I feel like I kind of feel like I fucked up. I probably should have waited before trading their previous point guard, Ramil Robinson. But that's okay. I think we'll stick with Michael Adams for now. We can still probably trade Michael Adams to New Jersey for Mookie Blaylock. That might still be a viable trade. But we'll see where they're at by the trade deadline. If they're kind of in the middle of the pack or even worse than that, it might be a good idea to bring along Mookie Blaylock, who the Nets are trying to get rid of because they got Kenny Anderson waiting in the wings. But if they do, we can get into that with the Nets. But it's a little, I don't know. Maybe I should just let this play out. Maybe Mookie Blaylock should go somewhere else. We'll find out, or we'll see what happens down the road. Stacey Augmon, The backcourt partner with Michael Adams, you got Dominique Wilkins, Kevin Willis, Mike Brown, who they signed in free agency, used to play for the Jazz. Got Dwayne Farrell, Travis Mays, Paul Graham, John Koncak, and Kenny Williams. Got Volkov, some guys down here in the reserves, checking out their court. Yeah, I think this team could be a solid playoff team. I don't know if they've gotten much better. I mean, who knows? Maybe a full season with Michael Adams and Dominique Wilkins can lead to better results. We'll find out, but I can't really say for sure at this point. I do think there's a couple of East teams that have gotten better, so it might be hard for the Hawks to really uh, take a step forward in the East, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Miami Heat, checking out their team. They're kind of in a similar spot to the Hawks as far as where they stand in the East right now. But they're a younger team. They're still developing. They're still getting better. Whereas the Hawks are more of a veteran squad. The Heat, they got Bimbo Coles at point guard, 24 years old. Steve Smith, 23. Uh, Glenn Rice at 25. 26-year-old Grant Long and 27-year-old Ronnie Cycli. Got Willie Burton coming off the bench with Todd Day, who's a rookie, Brian Shaw, Antonio Davis, and then you got some guys down here deep in the bench. But yeah, this team, they made the playoffs for the first time in their franchise history. If you check out what team history, right? Is that what we want to do? Yeah, they went 39-43. They made the playoffs last year. They lost in the first round to, I believe, the Cavaliers. But hey, they took a step in the right direction, and we'll see if they can build off that. But like I said, I think there are some teams who didn't make the playoffs last year who got a little bit better. So teams like the Heat, the Hawks, and the Celtics are going to suffer from it, I predict. Checking out their core, so far NBA 2K, I hadn't really checked out all these courts year one. I was kind of eager to just get through that first year, so I want to make sure this. I think we need to update this court. The question is, do I care? Do I really care? Because I know there's one court I have to update for sure. Let me just double check. I think their court's supposed to be black now, not red. Let me double check. I have screenshots of court. Okay, yeah, I gotta update that court. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Why not? In case you're wondering how to do it, I mean, I'm sure anyone who's in the stream already knows how to do it. Um, but let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get the court. I have the screenshot right here on my phone. Hopefully this won't be too much of a problem because I know that they have updated their court a few times over the years. It should say Miami Arena in red lettering with black trimming around the court. We'll see if we can get this. If we can't, I'll just keep the court that we have already. It's still a pretty fun court to have, but I would love to be able to get that. Would be it. That would be the one. That's the one that we need, guys. Just double checking, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that all that well, but that is... Yeah, you can't see it that well, but yeah. That's what it's supposed to look like. Great. Let's make sure it looks good. Sometimes you get a weird situation where you think you got a good court and then it's all fucked up in the game. Let's double check. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. See, it's always worth it. It's always worth it to update the court. You're like, should I? But then you update it and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun court to jump into. So yeah, I'm glad I did that. Yeah, the Heat though. The Hornets. Speaking of fun courts, I love '90s Hornets iconography. Right, '90s Hornets branding is just the best branding. I feel like they've never quite recaptured that with their current franchise. But yeah, so let's go to the Hornets and their roster. Got Muggsy Bogues, you got Kendall Gill, Jim Jackson, the rookie, Larry Johnson, second year man. Got J.R. Reed, center, then Del Curry, Johnny Newman, Kenny Gaddison, Greg Sutton, Mike Kaminsky coming off the bench. Here are the reserves. And other than the fact that their front court rotation leaves a lot to be desired, right? It's not the best. It's not the best. However, I do like Curry and Newman coming off the bench. and Gaddison's pretty solid. Gill, Jackson, Johnson, Muggsy Bogues. It's a pretty solid squad. I think they got a little bit better. I really do. This is one of the teams I fear that the teams like the Heat, the Cavs, etc. They have to fear a team like this because I think the Hornets are going to be better. What was their record last year? Let's quickly check that while we're at it. They were 34 and 48. So yeah, I mean this is a team. They got a little bit better. Maybe they're a 41, 44, 45 win squad now. Larry Johnson getting better. Jim Jackson might be a good fit for this team. Maybe he's not ready though yet. Maybe he's still a rookie. Maybe he's not quite ready to take that step with them. Who knows? But I do think they could take a step in the right direction and be even better than they were last year. Okay, and then the court situation is something like this. This court was updated and it looks pretty good. They don't quite have the big Hornet logo yet in the center. That comes, I believe, next season or the season after. But they're in the late 90s. The Hornets court is it's pretty fantastic. So I can't wait for us to get there. But the Hornets are looking like they're maybe a borderline playoff team that the other borderline playoff team is going to have to worry about. Utah Jazz. So other than the Bulls, I'd say the Utah Jazz are the big elite squad of the league in '93. John Stockton, Jeff Malone, Tyrone Corbin, Karl Malone, Dino Raja, Jay Humphries coming off the bench. He was part of that Bucks trade. Alvin Robertson, who I just kind of threw in there because I thought he'd be a good fit. Larry Krystkowiak, Isaac Austin, the rookie, David Benoit, who I don't really know much about, and Reggie Diaz is here because why not? Corey Crowder, Keith Tower. But this is a really solid. They won 63 games last year. They could win probably the same amount, if not more, and be a threat to make the finals, especially with Charles Barkley not being on the Suns. We'll talk about the Lakers in a little bit, but maybe the Lakers make the finals, but maybe this Jazz team makes the finals in the absence of Suns not having Barkley. So that's something to look out for. The court doesn't really have much updating until around the '97 season. This is what it looks like. I think we jumped into a couple of Jazz games last season, so we kind of know the deal. Let's move on to the Kings, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Big Kings developments in that they have Shaq now. So they got Shaq in the draft, '92 draft. So they got Spud Webb, Mitch Richmond, Lionel Simmons, Wayman Tisdale, Shaq, Dwayne Coswell, Dennis Hobson, Anthony Bonner, Randy Brown coming off the bench, and Dwayne Shinsius, as well as some of these guys down here. Their bench leaves a lot to be desired, but they have a pretty solid starting five. And I do think this team could, with Shaq, anything is possible. Let's just leave it at that. Rookie Shaq doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that he's a rookie. He could immediately provide a huge boost to this team to get to the playoffs year one. Now, I don't know if they'll actually do it, but they did win 33 games last season. And so you had Shaq with mostly the same squad as last season. I think they could get to 40, 45 wins, and make it get themselves in that playoff spot. We'll see, but I think that's possible. They're definitely going to be worthy of watching. I'm definitely curious to see how Shaq fits with these guys. Shaq and Mitch Richmond is an interesting pairing that I didn't know that I wanted. Do I want it? Will it be fun? We'll find out. Maybe it's more fun than we think. Maybe it's more fun than I think. Maybe you guys already think it's going to be fun. The Knicks made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I think they were the 2 seed, if I'm not mistaken. They got Doc Rivers in that trade with the Clippers. Now you might wonder, why get Doc Rivers? Mark Jackson was rated a little bit higher. Yeah, but after they made that trade, the Knicks won 60 games in real life in '93. So that trade really worked out for them. So I want to see if it works out for them in this sim. Doc Rivers, John Starks, Charles Smith, who they also got from the Clippers, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing, Rolando Blackman, who they got in a trade with the Mavericks, another real life trade that I brought to this team, to this sim. Xavier McDaniel, who left the team in real life, but he's still under contract, so I figured might as well just keep him. He has several years left in his contract, which I don't know if he'll play out his entire contract with the Knicks like that, but we'll see how it goes. And then you got Adam Keefe, who they got. He's a rookie, and then they got Anthony Mason. So yeah, overall, oh yeah, Greg Grant, and then his Greg Anthony. I was kind of hoping he would get minutes, but he's kind of stuck out here because Greg Grant is here. We'll see. We'll see how it works. If Greg Grant sucks, we can just swap guys. And then you got the bench here. Front court rotation, not the best after Ewing and Oakley, but they do have Ewing and Oakley and Mason and McDaniel. They got guys who could beat the shit out of people. Charles Smith. They got some absolute motherfuckers that could really give some teams a hard time. So I'm looking forward to seeing, obviously into just how good they could be once we get started. Lakers. Damn. All right, I gotta hurry. I want to go quicker. But I also want to go over all this stuff. All right. Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, Charles Barkley is here. AC Green, Vlade Divac, Sam Perkins, Adele Threat, Tracy Moore, Terry Teagle, and then here's the bench. Considering they did that big trade with Barkley, and there's a lot of money tied to Barkley and Magic, not a bad bench. This could be a really, really tough team to deal with in the league. Could be a 60-win team. Could be a team that makes it to the finals. All those things are possible. But the Jazz are deeper. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards the Jazz, because they are a bit deeper. And I feel like this. It's also weird seeing Barkley with 34, because I associate 34 Lakers with Shaq. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see how he gels with Magic and Byron Scott and all of that. But that's the Lakers looking pretty damn good. The Magic, who I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to this team a lot. Scott Skiles, Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, Terry Catledge, Brad Daugherty, who they got in free agency. They didn't get Shaq in the draft, and so what are they going to do, right? They need to get a center. They have a good nucleus of guys here, and so they were able to sign Brad Daugherty. And then they got Gerald Wilkins. They got Robert Horry in that draft, by the way. Alex English, Brian Williams, Haywood Workman, and here's their bench. But yeah, Brad Daugherty brings a veteran. He's a veteran who brings a lot of experience and leadership to this team, this fairly young team. Although Scott Skiles is about the same age as him. Nick Anderson's 25. Dennis Scott is 24. So yeah, I mean, we'll see if they can be at least half as good as they would be with Shaq. We'll find out, but I do think they could be a possible playoff team with Brad Daugherty now in the squad. So that's another team that other borderline playoff East teams are going to have to worry about. Let's check out the court real quick. Maybe even Brad Daugherty in his new getup. Yeah, there's Brad Daugherty. I think he looks pretty nice. And there's the court, and we'll probably see a big. Because I am curious about this Magic team. I do want to see how things play out for them. Dallas Mavericks are not a team I'm that curious about, because their team kind of sucks. Derek Harper, Fat Lever, Rodney McRae, Michael Cage, Scott Rooks, Mike Iozolino, Doug Smith, Donald Hodge, Hubert Davis, Herb Williams. It's just a lot of ugh. It's just, I mean, Hubert Davis is a rookie, but and Rodney McRae gets in real life gets traded, so we might do that. Derek Harper gets traded after this season, which we'll probably also do. I'm sure we're going to remove Michael Cage, assuming this team is as bad as I think they'll be. But yeah, this team will be pretty bad. I think. In which case, this will probably be the year they really start to get rid of their veterans and start to go young and start a rebuild. But that's the team. They're going to be pretty bad. Here's their court. The branding back then was just not all that exciting, I hate to say. Yeah. Mavericks are whatever, branding wise. New Jersey Nets got Mookie Blaylock, Drazen Petrovic, Chris Morris, Derek Coleman, Sam Bowie, Kenny Anderson, Chris Dudley, Tate George, Stacey King, Rayful Addison, and here's the rest of their bench. They got rookie Elmore Spencer, got Roy Hinson. Roy Hinson was a dog in my previous sim. He was great, but he's at the end of his career here. But so yeah, the big storyline with the Nets is going to be Mookie Blaylock versus Kenny Anderson, and in real life they decided to move on from Mookie Blaylock, but they probably should have moved on from Kenny Anderson. They probably should have traded him because Mookie Blaylock is the better player. But yeah, we'll decide. We're gonna see how their numbers stack up against each other over the course of the season. It does look like Kenny Anderson's numbers are pretty better. I mean, we all know that Mookie is the better player, but the Nets don't know that, right? So, but yeah, and it's all going to depend on what kind of deal they can get in a trade. To decide to make that trade with the Hawks and get back Michael Adams. Would that make sense for them if they want to have Kenny Anderson start? Probably not. So yeah, we'll look into all kinds of possibilities with the Nets and checking out their court. Looking like something like this. There's Petrovic, and yeah, we're going to jump into some Nets games. They have a pretty nice squad. This early '90s Nets squad is kind of underrated. Obviously, with the Bulls rule in the '90s, a lot of these types of teams just kind of get overlooked. Looking at the Denver Nuggets, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Mark Macon, Marcus Liberty, Christian Laettner, Dikembe Mutombo, Winston Garland, Greg Anderson, Doug Christie, Todd Lichty, Mike Sanders. Not a good team right now, but they got some pieces. It's kind of coming together. Mutombo, Christian Laettner, who was not that bad in the '90s. He wasn't a Hall of Fame player or anything like that, but he's going to be a solid starter for them. They got Abdul-Rauf, who crushed in my previous sim, and I expect him to crush it here. The wings, this is where it's weak. Macon and Liberty. But they do have Doug Christie, who I expect to be able to progress enough to be a starter sooner than later. On this team, he should be a starter by year 2 for sure, unless they decide to go in a different direction. But yeah, they're going to be bad this year, but they have hope. There is hope that they could be good. Maybe as soon as next year. Maybe they can make the right moves to actually make a stab at the playoffs next year. But until then, they're more on the developing side than a borderline playoff team. And here's the court, which I think changes after this season. So I don't know if we'll jump into many Nuggets games unless they turn out to be better than what they look like on paper, but time will tell. The Pacers, another team that missed the playoffs last year that I expect to be better this year. Pooh Richardson, Richard Miller, Detlef Schrempf, Dale Davis, Rick Smits, Walt Williams they got in the draft, Sam Mitchell, George McLeod, Vern Fleming, Luke Longley, who they got in free agency, and here's the rest of their bench. Yeah, I think that the Pacers definitely look like a playoff team in the East, and this is going to be another team that bumps some teams out. Now, that last year, let's see, what was their record last year? 34-48. Yeah, I think they're going to be much better. The problem last year was three-point shot tendency was way off, and I think now that I fixed that, Reggie Miller should be a lot better, for example, for them. They should be more effective as offensively than they were last year because they have guys who are actually going to shoot this time. Okay, that's the Pacers. Their core. For consistency's sake, here's their core. I do like this design. The uniforms back then were pretty fun. The core is whatever, but I do like those uniforms that they used to have back then. Okay, Pistons. Might be a jump-worthy team. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars. They got Latrell Sprewell, rookie Latrell, who I wish I could. I probably could fix his hair. Could I fix his hair? I probably can't, right? He's bald. He's bald at this time. My only problem is if I fix his hair, then I would have to fix it back. Let's see, did they let me do that? I don't think so, right? I don't think there's any way for me to do that. Which is stupid, you know? This is stupid. Why can't I fix his hair? He was bald. He didn't get drafted with cornrows. Come on, man. Oh well, I can't do shit. That kind of sucks to find that out. But yeah, they got Charles Sprewell, who I'm excited. He's going to be an exciting addition to this team. Dennis Rodman, who might be in his last year with the Pistons. We'll find out. We'll find out just how good they could be. Bill Lambiers here, of course. Mark Aguirre, Daryl Armstrong. They got in free agency. Orlando Woolridge, Daryl Walker, etc. Yeah, with Sprewell here, with Armstrong here, with a nucleus of veterans who won a championship together, this team could come back in a big way this year. I think they only won 28 games last year. I would imagine they'd be a little bit better this year, but maybe the team is just getting too old. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, they look promising. The Rockets. You haven't seen too many West teams because a lot of the West teams have R, S, and T names. Oh, I'm sorry. Pistons Court is here. Great. All right. I don't need to keep doing that, right? Rockets. I think we know what the Rockets court looks like. We'll see it in this video. In fact, Kenny the Jet Smith, Vernon Maxwell, Dale Ellis, Otis Thorpe, Hakeem Olajuwon, starting five for the Rockets. Moses Malone, who they got from the Milwaukee Bucks, along with Dale Ellis. Mario Elie from free agency, Matt Bullard, Buck Johnson, and Tony Smith. That's the team. Playoff caliber team for sure. We'll see just how deep of a team they can be, or how deep into the postseason they can get. But yeah, this team could absolutely do some damage in the West. Let's just keep going. We'll see all these teams. We're gonna be seeing all these teams. We don't have to check out every single court. Rod Strickland on the Spurs. Ricky Pierce, Sean Elliott, Terry Cummings, David Robinson, Willie Anderson, Antoine Carr, Trent Tucker, Avery Johnson, Brian Steeth, and here's the rest of the bench. I expect eventually, I feel like I gotta bump up Avery Johnson because he's supposed to be the starter for the Spurs. They still got Rod Strickland, so we'll kind of play this out a little bit and see if I make the move to make Avery Johnson the starter as soon as this season, or if I wait a season. We'll see how good the Spurs end up being this season. Then I'll make a decision. But the Spurs absolutely look like a playoff team, and I look forward to seeing just how well this team gels with Ricky Pierce now on the squad. He's been on the Sonics. The Suns don't have Charles Barkley. They got Kevin Johnson. They got Jeff Hornacek still. Dan Marley. Tom Chambers is the starting power forward. Andrew Lang at center. You got Cedric Sabalas, who I expect to eventually become the small forward at some point. Starting small forward. Richard Dumas. Tim Perry, P.J. Brown getting minutes, the rookie P.J. Brown, Popeye Jones, Matt Geiger, Mark West, etc. deep on the bench. But yeah, they got rookie P.J. Brown, who could eventually be an interesting piece down the road. And Sabalas is here. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of missing a key star. They're missing Charles Barkley. We'll see how. Is there a star player they can get at some point down the road? Right? Is that something they can do? Are they kind of just stuck with the roster they have right now? We'll see if they can make any moves to, what's Plan B? What's Plan B for the Suns? Was it Barkley or nothing, or is there another direction they can go? Well, we're gonna find out. But they look like a borderline playoff team at least. Supersonics, they won the championship last year, if you can believe it. I can hardly believe it. Gary Payton's here. Their previous starting shooting guard, Ricky Pierce, left in free agency, and they got Rick Chapman in his place. They got Derek McKee, Sean Kemp, Arvydas Sabonis, who I kind of randomly put on their squad, and he ended up helping them win a championship. Oops. Eddie Johnson, Dana Barros, Nate McMillan, Brett Roberts, and Mark Eaton from the Jazz now on this team. And then here's some their reserves. But yeah, they won the championship last year despite being a 5 seed. Can they do something like that again? Gary Payton's gotten way better, Sean Kemp, but they did have a downgrade at 2 guard. No offense to Rick Chapman, but Ricky Pierce at this point is the better player. We'll see how things shake out. I want to see if the NBA 2K25 has a ring ceremony in the 90s. They might not. They didn't in my previous sim, but I do want to remember to check out the Sonics first because they did win the championship, and it'd be good to see if they. Well, actually, this is an away game, so we'll find out. I mean, it would be here against the Lakers. If there was going to be a ring ceremony, it'd be here, but we'll find out. All right, 3 more teams left. Then I'll mercifully be out of your hair in terms of rosters. I'll still be in your hair in terms of, you know, playing games and stuff. Okay. Micah Williams, Doug West, Chuck Person, LaFonso Ellis, Felton Spencer, starting center. You got Tony Campbell, Thurl Bailey, Joe Glass, Vinny Del Negro, and John Barry, Randy Brewer, etc. Some nice. I like that John Barry's here. He got drafted in the second round. He's going to get some real minutes with this team. Vinny Del Negro as well. Yeah. I don't know. There's not much to say about the Wolves. They're not going to be very good, but they got some nice role players who I hope turn into something down the road eventually. Trailblazers, 1-0 last year. They had 66 wins and they blew it against the Sonics in the second round. They got Terry Porter, they got Clyde Drexler, Jerome Kersey, Buck Williams, Kevin Duckworth, Benoit Benjamin, Cliff Robinson, Clarence Weatherspoon, Danny Ainge, Robert Pack. This team is pretty loaded. It's pretty loaded. They could win 66 games again if they wanted to. You know, we'll see if it happens. Then finally, the Warriors, Tim Hardaway, Sarunas Marciulionis, Chris Mullin, Billy Owens, Tyrone Hill, Bernard King, who they got from free agency, Victor Alexander, Chris Gatling, Rod Higgins, Steve Henson, and here's the rest of their bench. I don't know. I don't know how good they're going to be. They were kind of middling last year, and I don't know if they got that much better, but we'll see. Those are the teams. Let me show you what I did. So I got a suggestion from a subscriber about coach game plan settings. Loaded OG, I want to shout you out. So I did this for every team. Every team. This is apparently this is the way to go. We'll see if these. I'm curious to see how this is going to affect things. But this is how we're going to be doing it for every team. With these numbers, the sliders the way they are. I did this also on my own time. Every team has their own sim points of emphasis. For the most part, I just have them at an average pace, and then depending on their roster, either their focus will be feed the post, or get to the basket, or find open shooters. But that's kind of where we're at with that. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys. Last thing I wanted to show you, obviously injuries are off because I don't like how that affects everything. But here, okay. So I think it was Pop Boy. I think he's the user. I decided to go ahead and use his slider settings. So this is all basically so he has settings for each era. This is the 90s era slider settings. So the thing that it most affects is simulation stats. So these are all this is what I got from him. So team pace. So what I didn't realize, I forgot about this. Team pace, the lower the number, the faster the pace. I don't know why I blinked out on that. But yeah, hopefully this helps with scoring. I'm worried about 3-point percentage and 3-point shot. I'm worried about that a little bit. I wonder if I have to move that up a little bit more. We'll see. I want to be keeping a close eye on that. But here's the distributions and stuff, stat distributions. But yeah, I took that from what's his name? Pop Boy. So yeah, there you have it. And then yeah, for shooting tendencies, actually Chris Mullin's a fine one to look at. I made sure the guys who shoot threes are actually gonna shoot threes. So for example, Hardaway and Mullin are at 89 3-point tendencies. Mullin, look at this. He had 133 attempts last season, 234 in the 90 season, but in 92 he had 84 attempts. That's way too low, right? And then I think the big egregious one is like Reggie Miller, right? Reggie Miller, I put him at a 97, and if you look at his numbers last year, 124 attempts, which is definitely low for Reggie Miller. So stuff like that. I fixed that across the board with pretty much every player. Any known 3-point shooter, I made sure they're gonna shoot the ball this year. And then a lot of the centers, I noticed their numbers took a dip. Not Olajuwon, but even Otis Thorpe a little bit. But I made sure that their shot under basket tendency and like put back tendencies and standing dunk tendencies. I raised that up for almost all the centers and power forwards because uh, otherwise their numbers suffer. Let's see, David Robinson. Yeah, even David Robinson's numbers suffered because of the previous year's tendencies, and his point percentage went down, which is insane. Back in the day, David Robinson won a scoring title in '94 in real life. So I want to see if he can get back to that point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, tendencies I raised up where they needed to be. Simulation settings are hopefully at a good place. Hopefully everything's at a great place, and we can get into some games finally. As we yeah, the Oklahoma City Thunder in real life have made the NBA Finals. Congrats to them. Checking out my alert on my phone. Okay, so gosh, well, how long did that take? Whew. Sorry, I'm just taking a little breather. Um, whoops. Why am I doing that? What is wrong with me? I'm trying to. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right. A lot of chatting that I did there, but okay, we're past that point. Let us check out. I'm a little bit. I'm thinking there's probably not going to be a ring ceremony, but we'll find out. I do want to check. I doubt it would be an away game, but I just want to make sure I don't miss it. I know I'm nuts, but let me just double check. Let me just double check this, okay? Just humor me. Humor me. Okay, yeah, we go straight to that, right? All right. So there wouldn't be a ring ceremony and at the Spurs one, Okay, great. Although I haven't really checked this out since I started this sim. Looks like it's all pretty much the same from the 2K24. All right. So let me go ahead and do this. Great. Really? Okay. The season is officially started. Let us simcast. See if this ends up being a close game or not. Sonics are running away with it. Although the Spurs are doing a decent job getting back. But not decent enough. They win. The Sonics do 107-92. Let's check out the 3-point stats. Sean Elliott. That's it. He was 2 for 3 though. Anybody else? I feel like Ricky Pierce would take a few more threes than that. Let's check out the other side. Okay, there are some attempts here. Team comparison. Let's check that out. 1 for 6, 2 for 4. I'm still worried. I think I had to bump that up even more. Seriously, I'm going to check out the first week of games, numbers wise, and I'm going to see if I have to bump up 3 point. It matters to me. It matters to me because it affects some teams. There are some teams who rely on their shooters for scoring. You know, they rely on their shooters to score points, right? And it completely fucks up their whole season, like the Pacers. I'm not even a Pacers fan. I don't like the Pacers, but like Reggie Miller's got to shoot. You know, like what's right is right. You know. Let's check elsewhere. Starks took threes. Doc Rivers, Grant, 4 for 9. That's about okay. That's about right. Mark Price going 0 for 1. I feel like he would shoot more threes. Craig Elo. Yeah, but maybe they couldn't get any shots off because the Knicks have a good defense. Let's check out the Nets. That's not bad. 2 for 6. 2 for 7. The Hawks beat the Bulls. 3 for 6. 0 for 5. Does it feel still kind of a little low? That might be about right. I'm not sure, actually. 1 for 8. I don't know. I really don't want to spend too much time looking this up. But like Dennis Scott took 4 threes. Okay. Hey, the Magic took quite a few threes. 15 threes. Okay. You know what though? I'm just gonna bump it up a little bit more. Just a little bit. I think we're almost there. I think it's about right. Let's just like 60. Okay, let's just see how that works. How scoring average is also. That was way down. Okay, we're starting to see it go up a little bit. Okay, a little bit. All right, let us try to check out this game because I want to see if we get a ring ceremony. We might not, but let's try it. Let's try it. We might not get it though. I don't know when we would get it then. Probably, yeah, we're not going to get it, are we? So this is where you would get the ring ceremony. Especially Lakers Sonics. That'd be a great ring ceremony to add. This would be a good matchup, though. Get a chance to see Charles Barkley as a Laker. But yeah, I don't think we get a ring ceremony, which I don't really understand why. Did they not do that back then? They might not have done that back then. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, so let's see. I doubt it, though. I doubt we get one. Yeah, we're not getting a ring ceremony. Alright, at least I know. So throughout this era, we shouldn't expect to get one because we don't get one. So tip off. Let's see if this ends up being a jump-worthy game. Or are the Sonics just that good? No, the Lakers might be just that good. The Lakers are putting on a show. But the Sonics are making it close. Let's see how it goes down the stretch here. Ooh, yeah. All right. Wait. Okay, yeah. Let's watch. 160, 116. That's scoring. We have scoring back. Let's see if we get some three-point attempts. I just want 90s level three-point attempts. I'm not looking for a 2025 level, but they do shoot threes back then. Let's not get that twisted. Not a lot, but they shoot some. Like that right there. There you go. Rex Chapman would take a three there. Because he's Rex Chapman. He took threes. I don't know why I'm yelling. Magic Johnson. To Vlade Divac. Missed shot. To Sabonis. Rim protector definitely affects things for the Sonics. Here is a steal, though. Byron Scott going the other way. Did we see Matt Barkley out there? We don't. You know what? Another thing I didn't really fix was foul tendencies. I think I'm going to try and grin and bear it. I think I'm going to try and just deal with it this season. And then I'll worry about that next season. I changed so many tendencies. I think for a three-point shot, for close shots, for dunks, for et cetera, I think maybe before the playoffs I'll fix foul tendencies so that way it doesn't affect the playoffs too much. But I think I'm just going to have to live with it for now. And then maybe next offseason I'll really address that. But yeah, that's probably going to be a lingering issue this season is guys getting fouled out when they shouldn't be. And I'm almost positive Barkley is fouled out already, which sucks. And I can check, actually. I don't have to assume anything. Where's Barkley? 12, 4 and 2, 20 minutes. 6 fouls. Yep, there you go. Yeah, you know what I'll do, though? If we're trying to jump into a game and this happens a second time with a player, we'll adjust their tendencies. You know, we'll do it issue by issue. Every time it becomes an issue, I mean, it's going to become an issue, but I mean, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Here's Rex Chapman. Would have been nice to see Charles Barkley, though. Sabonis to Chapman. Missing the three. There's Moore, who's here because Barkley's not here. Pass to AC Green. The basket's no good, but Green gets the rebound and the putback. 121-120. There's the score. How's my audio levels, by the way? Magic Johnson. Let me worry about this first. The basket, and all of a sudden, the Lakers have taken over the lead. Okay, I sound good. Great. Oh, righty. I got this new headset, so I just want to make sure everything's all right. Hope you like this headset. I just bought this over the weekend. So, my previous headset I had for many years. I used it for all 356 episodes of the 40 Years Soon. But it's time to move on. Rex Chapman for 3! Yes! And the Supersonics take a 2-point lead. Now it's the Lakers' turn. Sans Barkley. Let's see if they can, do some damage here. Yeah, we'll try to get to as many games as possible. I don't want to stay up super late. We'll see where we're at in an hour. Here's the inbounds pass, Byron Scott. 11 seconds left. Here's the screen. Scott taking the final shot. No, it's Magic Johnson! Missing the shot. And the Seattle Sonics win the game. Rex Chapman had a huge 3. There's a steal by the Lakers to take the lead, but ultimately the Sonics prevail and win the game 124-122. And, Rex Chapman looks pretty good with the Sonics, I got to say. 29 for Rex Chapman, in fact. 3 for 6, so it's not like he's not going crazy from 3. He's not going 6 for 12. Then I'd be like, okay, we got to take it down a notch. 3 for 6 sounds about right. But 29 points is actually kind of crazy. 28 for Sabonis. What if I made a mistake? Ricky Pierce. We replaced 78 overall Rex Chapman. Ricky Pierce was like an 83 overall or 84 overall. But what if they got better because of this move? I might have made the Sonics even better. I wasn't really trying to do that, but it was just a move that made sense. It wasn't like, oh, they'll be better if they do this. It was like, oh, they have a void at shooting guard, and they're the one team where it makes sense for Rex Chapman to go. Magic Johnson, 25 points though. We gotta see Barkley though, and that's shitty that we couldn't see Barkley in that game. Let us be laser focused on Barkley. Who would like his? Ooh, dudes. You know what? Maybe we should jump. That sounds stupid. Let's see where we're at in the beginning of the fourth quarter. All right. Let's see where we're at in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then we'll slowly sim after that. I want to watch this game. Please let us watch this game. Fuck. All right, never mind. 30 and 13 for Barkley, though. Very nice Shaq with 22 and 11. Before we get too far, though, let's check where some teams are at. See if there's any glaring errors. I mean, only a couple of games played so far. The Suns are 0 and 3. So not having Barkley has really fucked them up. Rockets only played one game, although it's very early, so we can't. It's too early to say. As far as points average, I'm seeing a mixed match all over the place. It's kind of hard to tell. Obviously, it's early, so we don't really know. But yeah, it seems a little bit all over the place. We'll see how things settle in. But 0-3 Magic, 0-1 Heat. Too early to tell for most teams. But let's check out the league leaders. David Robinson has been fixed. Looks like we got some good numbers here. Michael Jordan, though, 22. What's that all about? That's not good. 22 points per game? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Alright, let's double check something here. 24. 22. 20. Now you could argue that he was up against Stacey Ogman, Joe Dumars, and then he played against Harold Miner and scored 24, but still, like, huh. Alright, maybe I gotta fix something there. I didn't think I'd have to fix Jordan. Why would I have to do that? You know what I have to do? I gotta do this. Play through star. Let's see if that's what I need to do. Alright. We'll make a little adjustment. A little adjustment. I want to see Barkley, though. Just give me one Barkley game. Bucks, too shitty. Rockets are all the way over here. Yeah. What else we got? Anything before that looks intriguing? Heat, Magic, Nets. Pacers are 1-1. Pacers and Cavs would be kind of fun. Let's try Pacers and Cavs, and then Pacers and Knicks. Then we'll try Lakers. And, because I do want to see how the Cavs are doing without Brad Daugherty. And the Pacers should be better than they were last year. So, overall, could be a fun matchup. But we're not going to be able to watch it. Alright, let's try Pacers and Knicks. Shall we? And then we'll try Lakers and Rockets. The Knicks are doing pretty well. Pretty well. And then after Pacers and Rockets, I do want to check. How are the Celtics doing? 2-1. Okay. I do want to check on the Bulls because that was a concern last season. Let's go to Rockets and Lakers. And this could be a good one. We'll see. Although the Lakers are off to a good start. Close game. Close game. Close game. Let's try another one. Ooh, okay. Barkley's not fouled out, guys. All right. I'm liking that. Let's do it. It's a bit of a long one, 4 minutes, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. We need to see some Barkley in this stream. Barkley on the Lakers. God damn it. If I give you nothing else, I'm gonna give you Barkley on the Lakers. All right. We're gonna see it. All right. And we got the Rockets out there. They got Dale Ellis now. See how this goes. Olajuwon versus Divac. Turnaround. The jumper's no good. The rebound. Divac. Here's Byron Scott at the other end. Barkley. Byron Scott for three. Not quite, but I appreciate the fact that he took three. Now here's Kenny the Jet Smith. The pass to Olajuwon. The steal. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, we are back. Let's have to fix something. Tie game at 86. Here's Ellis, newly acquired, taking the long-range 2-point jumper and sinking it, by the way.
Here in the second half. So it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Lakers. Pass to Green.
Scott to Divac. Spin move. Basket no good. Maxwell to Ellis. Hakeem against Divac. The turnaround, the jumper is good. Hakeem with those post-up moves. Not many players could do it better than he could. There's a rebound by Thorpe. Ellis with the pass to Olajuwon and the bucket, and a 6-point game for the Houston Rockets. It does feel like Dale Ellis has, given this Rockets team a necessary boost. The Rockets team, they made the playoffs last year, but look at this block by Olajuwon. This could be it. They could put an exclamation point here. Not quite. So the Lakers are still in it. With 45 seconds left to go. Byron Scott. Magic. The screen, the three. Ooh, and he drains the three. And that's why you bring back three-pointers. Okay? We weren't getting any of that last season. Here's Hakeem, though. Almost makes that basket, draws the foul. Fans don't like that call. Yeah, this Rockets squad looks pretty nice, though. I mean, it was really the only thing that was done was the addition of Dale Ellis, but I think that could be a key difference for them. All right, we'll see if the Lakers can, make a big shot here, keep this game interesting. Yeah, okay, so my plan after this game is to check on the Bulls, because we have to make sure the Bulls are not only good, but elite. And we're going to have to find out how we can make sure that happens, because it's been a problem. It's been a problem. I mean, they made the finals last year, but they were 51-31. They should be a 60-win team. In real life, in 92, here's Barkley! No. All right, this game's over. Foul him. There you go. Okay, it's over. All right. Final score, 96-93. Barkley with 27-4. I do think eventually we have to move Barkley to power forward to get his rebounding numbers up. That might be a thing we have to do, depending on how much the Lakers struggle. That might be the first thing I do. And it's a question of whether or not, do we pair Divac and Barkley? Is that a good pairing? I know in real life, AC Green and Barkley played together in the front court. So yeah, I don't know, but it's going to be something worth mulling over. Then you got Dale Ellis 17, Hakeem Olajuwon 17. Moses Malone had some nice buckets off the bench, and that's it. Do we want? We didn't get any Barkley. No Barkley highlights, I guess. All right, let's move on. Nothing worth taking a screenshot of. Let's go to the Bulls because we need to make sure they're doing okay. I'm worried about them. They're 2-4. Like, what is going on here? Fucking shit, bro. Who's the culprit? It's the starting five. The starting five is what's being terrible right now. And then Kukoc. All the good players are playing bad. Make that make sense. Is that the same case with the Jazz? Let's see. Yeah, kind of. What is happening, man? Jordan had 19 points. What do you have in the previous game? Previous game he had 20. This isn't right. What the fuck? What the fuck? Come on. 23 points? He's averaging 40 minutes a game, and he's only. That's not how this works. Play through star. Shoot at will? Should I increase the pace? Is that what I have to do? Let's check the shooting tendencies. .99. Let's see. How is his scoring? Look at his numbers. Why is that still bad? Hold on a second. Even Jordan's numbers are down. 50% instead of 60%. Like in actuality, his averages, his shooting averages should be around 54, 55%. This might be a bit much. Oh, you know what? You know what I think was happening? No, he's not even taking that many threes. You can't even blame it on the 3-point. Let me put this down a little bit. All right, but he's not taking that many threes. Mid range. Maybe that should go up. Touch, close tendency. What's going on with Horace Grant though? Why is he so poor? Shot chart 50%. Close tendencies. Okay, you know what I have to do then? So I have to make this go down. Way down. Because like he shouldn't be at 33% level bad. That's just wrong. But we'll bump this up. And then also for Horace Grant, let's just double check his that's fine. Dunking's good. Put back higher. I mean, everything here seems in order. The fuck is going on though? I think we need to okay. I don't want to mess up too much of Jordan's tendencies. But okay, let's make Pippen like 80. What are his numbers looking like? 21. Which is about right. That's about right for Pippen. But let's see, 10 points per game. Let's have this go down a bit. Then Kukoc. Maybe we can have this go down too. I think BJ Armstrong, I think I would go way down. His numbers looking good, but it's not helping the team. So let's make this go down. And then for the bench, I mean, Kukoc is mostly playing. Yeah, so he's going to be taking most of the shots off the bench. Terry Davis is doing okay. Bench seems to be doing okay. Kevin Edwards not doing okay. He's doing pretty fucking terrible, actually. I wonder what that's all about. Let's see what his numbers look like. I mean, he's not taking that many shots. He's taking a lot of shots under the basket, and they're not going in. So let's. Okay, let's check out layups. Let us check out. In fact, whoops. Nope. Okay, actually, no, that was the one I wanted. Sorry. Layup. Seems fine. Seems about right. Let's check out tendencies again. So he's 2 for 10 finishing. Driving layup 55. Dunks low. I don't know. But let's have this go way down. Let's put this way down. And then Paxson's tendencies are already pretty low. But maybe he should have higher touch tendencies because he's a point guard. Yeah, no, actually, that's not true. I don't know. All right, let's try this. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. Anybody else? Because we want to make sure we nip this in the butt before this goes too far, one way or the other. How's everyone else doing, numbers wise? Thomas seems fine. Dumars is low, but it's early. Kind of early to judge. Rodman is doing okay. Lambier is still terrible. Still terrible. Wow. What are you doing to me, 2K? What are you doing to me? Like, we can't have this shit. You know? I had to tolerate this. I tried fixing this the best I could in the previous one. This was a problem, actually. And I had to keep fixing it. Because, like, no big man should ever be that bad. So most of Lambier's shots have been under the basket, and he hasn't been doing too well there. First of all, let's do that, and let's bring this way down. If he's not good at it, maybe we should not have it be a thing that he could do. How about close shots? Close shot left seems okay. So we'll go way up here and bring these way down further. Okay, well, Hakeem. Why is Hakeem doing worse too? It's early. Let's not judge too early on this. But there are concerns. There are concerns, but it's also early. Okay, let's mainly focus on the Bulls, though. Let's mainly focus on the Bulls, and then I'll keep my eye out. I might not get past November, honestly. Maybe to December, but I think there are still some fixes I need to make tendency-wise. So, what time is it? 11:30. I might go to end of November, and then off stream, I'm gonna have to fix some tendencies. I'm gonna see what everyone's percentages are, because there are guys shooting 30% from the field that would never fly. You know what I mean? And it affects the game. You know, it affects the simulations and shit like that. So I gotta figure out what I can do. But the Bulls actually have some good matchups here. Let's focus on the Bulls this week. All right. Now the Magic are 0-5. But let's see how the Bulls bounce off that. Are they going to blow them out? Is it going to be a close game? Are the Magic going to get their first win when they shouldn't? You know? Let's check out the Bulls. Michael Jordan, 32. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we made some fixes. Okay. Let's check it out then. Let's check it out. Hopefully this works. Hopefully my fixes worked out for the Bulls. But that just encourages me to make more fixes. You know what I mean? If the fixes work for the Bulls, then I want to make more fixes. But I don't want to do that on stream. That's a little nuts. But Scott Skiles. I mean, this team seems like they should be fun. This Magic squad. There's Catledge going for the dunk there, but gets fouled by Horace Grant. I'm really curious to see the Bulls on offense. You're going to be checking out a couple of Bulls games because we got to make sure that they are on the right track. I don't want to overreact to one game. But so far, Jordan has 32 points in this game. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So, because he was averaging like 22 points per game, he should be averaging like 30 points per game. So when you see that, I gotta immediately make sure that I fix that. Yikes! All right. Here's Pippen with the ball. Pippen with the ball too much. Maybe do something else with the ball. Maybe not do that with the ball. But that's why they're losing, you know? Like fucking Pippen just ISOing it. Doherty against Cartwright for the basket. B.J. Armstrong with the ball. To Kukoc. Why does it feel like, once again, Jordan is getting iced out? No, he's not. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Just kind of gliding to the hoop. That's more like it. That's how they win games. That's how they won games. You know? That's how they won championships. That's why people... like, I'm a Jordan fan too. At this point, I've come to, you know... I try not to weigh into the Jordan versus LeBron debate. But I think the reason why Jordan defenders like me, oftentimes, defend him so much is because, yes, he had Pippen. We all understand that. But Jordan had to score 30 plus. That's how that team worked. You know what I mean? He had to have it. He had to have his A game every game, and he did. He very rarely had a bad game, you know? And he had to score. He was the scorer, not the facilitator. You know what I mean? Also, they're just kind of fucking whiffing on these shots, man. Nick Anderson for three. No good. Rebound, Bulls. Maybe he should go for a... Jordan's calling for the ball. Here we go. In the post against Scott Skiles. Come on. Yes! Yes! Jordan's looking good. Bulls take a 1-point lead. But yeah, I mean, like, if you look at Jordan's numbers in the postseason, especially in the early 90s, he's averaging like 45 minutes a game. He's averaging 44 points a game. You know, those are the kinds of things that really stick with you as a fan. So, and obviously LeBron has done that in the past too. But they're different styles of player too. You know, it's kind of hard to really judge them side by side because they both were accomplishing different things on the court, you know. But yeah. But yeah, so I want to see that in the game, though. I want to see Jordan dominate like that in the game, and hopefully we can unleash Jordan a little better than we did in year one of this sim. Nice block by Pippen. Great defense. Come on, Bulls, close this game out. There's Jordan. Gets Nick Anderson. Nice pass. Cartwright with the basket. 3-point game. Now the Magic do have some shooters. Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott. So we can't assume that they won't be able to tie this game. They very well might. They got Scott Skiles is a good shooter, so they got some guys who can shoot for sure. Tie this game up. Nick Anderson not going to go for a three though. Maybe Scott Skiles. He misses. He at least tried it. Pippen's not automatic from the free throw line. Let's see if he can make it happen though. Makes the first free throw. That's good. If he makes this one, I think we're good. All right, we're good, I think. You never know with this game. Okay, good. 7-point win. Jordan with 36. This is how the stat line should go, right? Kukoc, the highest scorer off the bench. And everybody else kind of whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Jordan scored 36. You know what I mean? That's what you need to see. And the plus minus is looking good. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you need. If you're wondering why, if you're doing um, a My NBA franchise and you notice the Bulls are being bad and you're wondering why that is, it's because you got to make sure that everything, uh, the offense runs through Jordan. And he's getting heavy minutes, like 40 minutes a game, and he should be scoring like 35, 40 points most games and averaging 30 points overall, So that's kind of. Let's check out the league. 5-1 Sixers is a surprise. The Bucks are even doing okay early on. The Bullets, kind of early to tell. The Bulls 3-4. We're gonna check them out in a minute here. Cavaliers, Celtics. It's early. Clippers 6-1. Hawks 4-1. Heat 1-3. Hornets 3-2. Jazz 4-2. Kings 3-2. A lot of teams are. Oh, Lakers. What the hell? Lakers are not doing too well. Their chemistry has been an issue. Hopefully they can solve that. Magic 0-6. Mavericks 2-3. Nets 4-1. Nuggets. Pacers 1-4. Pistons 5-1. Rockets 3-2. The Suns. We just saw them. They just won 2 games in a row. Their chemistry was really low. Supersonics 78% chemistry, and they were 3-3. Timberwolves 2-3, and Blazers, Warriors 0-5. But hey, they might get Penny Hardaway or Chris Webber, so might work out for them. Okay, we got to keep watching the Bulls. We're on Bulls watch right now. This is very important. It's very important that the Bulls not lose badly to the Hornets, for example. You gotta be kidding me, man. What is this shit? You kidding me? Jordan with 21. He's back to his lower scoring ways. Because was Kendall Gill locking him down? What the fuck is going on here? Was it Muggsy Bogues? Who's shooting terribly, by the way. Kendall Gill, 42%. Larry Johnson doing really well. Damn. All right. Yeah. Pippen. Jordan. What's going on, though, right? Very good Pistons squad. Let's see how they do against them. Away game against the Pistons. I mean, this Pistons team has a tough defense. Looks like so far doing okay. Low scoring game and 49 seconds left. 75-72. That's actually fair. I feel like they're playing the Pistons pace. I think that's pretty cool that it's that low scoring. I like that we seem to have some variety here, which is good.
Timeout.
Jordan's out there. Jordan really shouldn't have hair, right? He's definitely bald at this point. I have to look into that too. Although I might not be able to fix that. We'll see. I mean, I'll check. I'll check over the, off stream or whatnot. All right, Pistons have the ball. 49 seconds left. Haven't really seen this Pistons team at all. Lambier's jogging it. He's old. Sets the screen, though. Isaiah Thomas draws the foul.
Even against tough defense, Thomas is never fake. He's fearless in going against contact.
But yeah, if the Pistons end up being this good, it's going to affect a lot of things, actually. If the Pistons end up being like one of the top East teams, it's very early to tell. It's very early. Too early to say, really. But Latrell Sprewell can change things like that. He's a two-way player. He's a guy who could really take over their offense in a time where a lot of their guys are getting old. And what if he's like, I don't know. Maybe they're good enough that Robin sticks around longer, But we'll see. Pippen. Very nice by Pippen. Very nice possession by Pippen. I'm wondering now that I fixed the tendencies, I might change the sim points of emphasis to get to the basket. That might be what I have to do instead of play through star, because that seems not to work out too well. Because maybe Pippen thinks he's a star. I'm seeing a lot of ISO, you know.
Dumars against Jordan. Dumars misses.
All right, we might be good. Might be good here. Yeah. Okay. Pippen with 28. Jordan with 17. Okay. Yeah. Let's change this back to this. There. Okay. And Pippen is scoring a little bit too much, in my opinion. Let's keep his touches up, but his shot tendency a little bit more down. At like 80. And Jordan's numbers are just not all too great. Let's fix this. Although his close tendencies, maybe we should lower this. I don't know why it's so bad, but it's been bad so far. All right. You're keeping an eye on the Bulls, though. They're 4-5. Now they're playing an old Celtics squad. Come on. At this point in your careers, you should be able to take care of the Celtics pretty easily. Yeah. Yeah. No! What the fuck was that? 35 for Jordan. I should have jumped in. What the fuck happened there? Jordan missed shot. Grant missed shot. Let's see, it was 96-91. Jesus, look at this, guys. Look at all these missed fucking shots. Pippen makes a dunk, and then Cartwright missed medium jump shot. Gamble dunks it. Grant, oh no, Gamble misses a dunk. Horace Grant misses a layup. Armstrong fouls. Steele, Parrish. Missed three-point shot. Missed Gamble's shot. Missed a bunch of shots. A lot of offensive rebounds. Jordan fouls. And then Bird misses another layup. Rebound Horace Grant. Pippen misses a dunk. Parrish gets blocked by Horace Grant. Bill Cartwright misses a shot. And then Parrish makes a basket. Or no, he misses the basket but gets free throws. Horace Grant misses another shot. What the fuck is this? You know, I shouldn't have done that. I'm trying to make this work. Not that. This. I don't know. I don't know if that's the problem, but yeah, the Bulls are 4-6. We got to keep an eye on them. I think we have to keep an eye on them all throughout the month. We got to fix this fucking Bull squad. You know, 4-6 already. Let's see how this goes. A lot of these games are close too. They can't get ahead. They can't. Let's jump in. You know what I'm gonna do? I used to do this back in the day. Offensive settings. Playthrough star. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, how many points does Jordan have, by the way? 33. Okay. All right. Let's see if the Bulls can close this game, where they failed against the Celtics. Oh boy. What time is it? Yeah, we're definitely gonna end the end of November. I got a lot of fixing to do. Things aren't quite right. Ugh. Oh, it went in. I did not like that shot at all, but it went in. Why are we leaving Mark Price open like that? Why are we doing that? Why can't the Bulls pull away from these teams? What the fuck are we doing? Uh-oh. Get the rebound, run the court. Pass it to Jordan. Jordan, do your thing. Come on, cook up Elo. Come on, cook him up. Double team, Pippen. Shot clock winding down. The three. No. Rebound. Oh, fuck. We might go to overtime. Wow. Now we're watching it in real time. The Bulls collapsing. This is bad. All right, after this we gotta really pinpoint what the fuck we need to do. Like, against teams they should definitely beat, they're barely beating them. And then they're just letting teams like the Cavs and the fucking Celtics just come back at them. 18 for Mark Price. Hey, that was a hell of a shot. Don't get me wrong. 35 for Michael Jordan. So good to see his numbers going up there. Yeah. But it's not enough. What else? Yeah, let me check something. Let's figure this out. Cartwright 5 for 15. That might be too many shots for Cartwright, don't you think? Why is he taking 15 shots? Explain that to me. Grant is playing absolutely terrible. B.J. Armstrong is playing absolutely terrible. They're taking too many shots, and it's not working out too well for them. Pippen, Kukoc, and Jordan did fine. B.J. Armstrong was not that bad. He was a pretty good player for a couple of years. And Horace Grant, look at his numbers before the sim. This is fucking ridiculous. So let's see if we can finish this before the stream ends. Huh? All right. I feel like for the most part we fixed Jordan. He's on the up and up. Pippen seems fine. Horace Grant, what is going on with Horace Grant? He's virtually unplayable right now. He's not making any shots. So what's going on? He's shooting poorly all over the field. Where? First of all, have to bring this down even more. Even more. Okay. Dan dunk. Make this a little bit better. Mid-range shot ability. Everything's kind of like in the 70s. I think for Grant, our best bet would be to really focus on. He's really bad there. All right, let's lower this. Let's lower this. Mid-range tendencies. Hasn't been all that great. I don't want to favor it too much more than anything else. I think what we should really focus on with him for now is dunks and putbacks, you know? Alley-oops, perhaps. I mean, come on, these are high percentage baskets that we're talking about here. Cartwright, yeah. Isn't Cartwright like... Alright, Cartwright, let's raise the putback tendencies a little bit. Standing dunks. Lower that a little bit. Driving dunk's no good. He's an old man at this point. Surely he can dunk the ball when he's standing by the rim, though. Let's go down here. Maybe this is too high. This is all too high. I went too far. And also, he should just not touch the ball, period. He's a guy. He's there for defense, you know. He's there for front court rim protection is the word that I'm looking for. And then what's going on with B.J. Armstrong, right? What's going on here? He's 41% from 3 or 42%, but everywhere else he's dog shit. So let's check that out. Yeah, he's shooting very well from 3. Mid-range, not too well, except mid-range left. Close shots are okay. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Close shots. Let's raise this up a little bit, this down. Let's see, left and right. Let's make this higher than this. Mid-range. Overall been pretty, well, mid-range left is good. Let's lower this down. Let's boost up mid-range left. This is all generally low. That's fine. Threes, really want him to shoot the threes. So, looks like his most success. I think off-screen shots would be good because he'd be open. Spot up, we'll raise that a little bit. 3 left, no. Left center, yeah, he's doing pretty well there. So let's raise that up a little bit. Dead center, no. But right center, yes. Right, he's doing pretty okay there. All right, contested mid-range jumper, no. Keep that generally down. Step back jumper, that's not really a thing back then. Transition pull-up 3, that's also not really a thing back then. Drive pull-up 3, no. I think everything's okay now. Layups, maybe. How are his layups? I'll have to check his numbers. Floaters, let's lower that. Also, let's roll alley-oop pass. Where's that at? Make that a little bit higher. Okay. All right. Hopefully, after all that, how's Paxson doing? He's doing okay. He's doing okay. Numbers-wise, Edwards is terrible, though. We got to get rid of him. We gotta get rid of him. You know what? Because Buechler, you got Buechler and Brent Price. Edwards is a big nothing at this point. He's in a 1-year deal. I might just cut him. Like, instead of trying to fix him, well, let's see. Is he fixable? He's not even taking that many shots. we can't really say for sure that he's a good mid-range shooter because he doesn't have enough. Why is he taking so many shots? Oh, you know what? Is it the layups? Maybe his driving layup is really high. It's not that high actually. Spin layups. He's not shooting any threes. Seems like mid-range. He's more of a mid-range guy. He's not really shooting any closed baskets at all. All right. Yeah, I'm close to just cutting Kevin Edwards altogether. But let's see how this does before we make any other moves. 76 versus Bulls. Like, the Bulls should take care of some of these teams easily. And I think maybe their second unit is what's making them struggle overall. But here, that is more like it. 35 for Jordan, 23 for Pippen. B.J. Armstrong, 6 for 12. Kukoc. Cartwright, 1 for 8. Not great, but still, that's not too bad. Grant, like, there's still something wrong here. This is still not great, and I don't really understand why this is. Like, why does it have to be so hard, right? Why does this have to be so hard? I don't get it. Like, they're getting nothing. Points-wise, nothing from the second unit. Nothing. But they did beat the Sixers. Terry Davis seems okay. Paxson, kind of hard to tell. Horace Grant. There's gotta be, like, what is going on? What is going on with Horace Grant? Let's go to. I just want to fix this team, man. Layups. Could it be layups? Is he trying to take a lot of layups? Let's just check. Because layups seem pretty bad for him. Where is layup? It's over here. Let's lower this. Okay. Standing dunk is 93. Layup is pretty poor. Like, he's not really all that great at any of these shots, is the problem. Right? But he has a high shot IQ, so you would think that he would know better than to attempt poor shots, right? Let's lower driving dunk and flashing dunk. How's mid-range tendencies? Is that pretty low, right? Maybe this is a problem. Make that way lower. And make this low too. It's just not working out for him. Shot under basket. I mean, okay, we pretty much minimized him pretty heavily. Okay. All right, let's. They did win though. They did win. Let's check out them against the Sonics. Sonics are a tough team, of course. All right. And yeah, I'm gonna check other teams off stream. All right, let's jump in. Let's jump into the 28 points for Michael Jordan. Let's see. Let's see the Horace Grant 4 for 5. Paxton 3 for 4. Cartwright 3 for 9, a little better. Armstrong 2 for 8, not too great, but we'll learn a little with that. Okay, look, this is a really good Sonic squad, so we can't expect the Bulls to run away with this one. But let's do this. All right, let's see if the Bulls can come back in this one. All right, trying to fix the Bulls. Hopefully we can. My goal, I want to just feel good about it, man. I just want to feel good about where the Bulls are at. This is a very good Sonics team, though. You got Barros out there. Layup's good. 5-point game. Armstrong for 3. Can't hit. And that's a good look for Armstrong, you know. All right, get that. Okay, there you go. Get the rebound. All right, alley-oop to Scottie Pippen. That's what you like to see. Rex Chapman. Back to Barros. For some reason, Peyton's not out there. Rebound. Okay. Okay. Jordan getting the ball like he should. Up against Chapman. Come on. This is Rex Chapman. There you go. Yes. I just like to see when it works. Because look, like, if the Bulls aren't serious contenders, like, the 90s just doesn't quite, it doesn't really make much sense, you know? If they have Pippen and Jordan together, and Horace Grant, and all these guys, that they should be good, damn it. It shouldn't take me this much to fix them, by the way. Rebound Jordan. Here's Horace Grant. Why'd he do that? Why'd he do that? I lowered your tendencies. You're not supposed to be doing that anymore. I thought you had a 99 shot IQ. This game might be over. But, I mean, again, this is a good Seattle team, so can't take it too hard. It's against those lesser teams. You expect the Bulls to do away with pretty easily, pretty quickly. You know what I mean? So when they're struggling against like a team like the Magic or losing to the Hornets, it's like, what are we doing here? Why is this happening? So that's the kind of thing I want to see fixed. They should be getting those wins against those gimme teams. Those teams where the win should be a given. Jordan to Grant. Okay, Grant, here you go. That's okay. That's a good time for Grant to make a basket. Yikes. Good shot. They might lose this game, but in fact, I think this game is over. Yeah. 111, 105. Kemp 26 and 16. Jordan had 32, 7 and 7. And his numbers, they're climbing back up there. Pippen is still having a good season, with 25 points. Kukoc with 15. Horace Grant had a great game. And okay. Let's do a few more games. Now the Warriors are 3 and 7. See, this is the big test here. This is the big test. They should easily beat the Warriors. 10-point game. Now the Warriors are winning. 8-point game. 5-point game. I have to jump into this game. Are you serious? Fuck off. What is happening, man? They're 5 and 9. All right, let's just get to the end of the month. I'm done for the day. This is ridiculous. I think it's their second unit that's causing them problems. We're gonna have to really. Oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous. 44 for Jordan, but still. Look at this. 1 for 4, 1 for 3, 1 for 4. Are you kidding me? All right, let's finish out the month. I gotta figure something out because this is ridiculous. Here it looks like, even here, the Bucks are climbing back. It's that second unit. We have to fix this. The trades will have to be made. Okay, they win, but they're getting nothing from the second unit. Okay. 6 and 10. 6 and 10. Not great. All right, let's check out the rest of the league. We're gonna fix the Bulls though, because it doesn't work. The league doesn't work if they're that bad. Now the Hawks are 13 and 4, very interesting. Them being that good makes me think we should just keep things as they are, as far as their roster is concerned. Let's see the numbers here. Pretty solid overall. No one doing too badly. Even Dwayne Farrell's doing good. Travis Mays doing terrible. Yikes. Paul Graham, yikes. John Koncak, big yikes. Kenny Williams doing okay. Okay, but the 13 and 4, that's good for them. The Knicks was at 10 and 6. Doc Rivers. John Starks, okay. Charles Smith, not great. Oakley doing much better. Nice to see that. Ewing doing great. Blackman, thumbs up. Daniel's doing good. Keefe, ooh. Anthony Mason, okay. Greg Grant, okay. So yeah, it's like, I mean, this is like passable, but it's clear that there's something wrong. Something's happening with some of these fucking players. Keefe, what is this? Maybe he's just a bad rookie. It's Adam Keefe. Do you know who Adam Keefe is? Exactly. Maybe he just sucks. But all right, Hornets 11 and 3. Hornets 11 and 3. 11 and 3. Wow. Muggsy Bogues, his numbers are going up. That's good to see. Kendall Gill doing great. Jim Jackson doing wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Possible rookie of the year. We'll have to see what Shaq's stats are. Oops. Larry Johnson crushing it. J.R. Reed's doing okay. Del Curry, not shooting too well. Those aren't Del Curry's 3-point numbers. Come on, he's Steph Curry's father. Johnny Newman doing fine. Kenny Gattinson, fine. Sutton, okay. Kaminsky, doing okay. Yeah, this team is doing all right. The Nets 9 and 5. Blaylock, thumbs up Petrovic, thumbs up Chris Morris. Everyone here seems to be doing okay. Kenny Anderson's just crushing it. Dudley, oh my God. This is what I'm talking about, though. But you know what, though? Obvious fixes, okay? Starting five here is fine. Dwayne Farrell's fine. This, I have to fix. So this is the stuff that I'm going to be doing off stream. Like, what is this shit? Is he really this bad? You know what I mean? So I'm going to try and fix this guy's numbers. I think most of the second unit, like the Hawks second unit, I'm going to try and fix that because this is just putrid, right? The Knicks, who was the Smith? We'll try to tweak that one. Even Doc Rivers, what happened here? Is he struggling? Because last year, I didn't touch his tendencies, and look what happened here. So there's something wrong there. Keith is Keith. Maybe he just sucks, you know. Everything else is pretty much fine. I think Greg Grant is shooting pretty poorly. Maybe you could fix that. Although he was shooting pretty poorly before then too, so I don't know. So maybe not. I think the only one big one is Charles Smith, and maybe that's about it here. The Hornets, I think they're okay. I think Del Curry's 3-point shot shooting stats is the only thing we have to fix there. But then going here, so Chris Dudley, that's crazy. 20% from the field. 20% from the fucking field? How is that even possible? How is he doing that? What are his plus minus? Not bad for someone who can't make a shot to save his life, practically. But yeah, that's a problem. Tate George, Stacey King, his numbers went down. Something to look into. Rayfield Addison's doing okay. Good. All right, the Sixers started off well, and now they're 9-7. So you got Johnny Dawkins doing okay. Hersey Hawkins, approve. James Worthy doing okay. Armin Gilliam, ooh, what happened here? What happened here? Roy Tarpley, good. Ron Anderson, I mean it's borderline. Steve Kerr, all right. Steve Kerr, Anthony Peeler, not bad. Tracy Murray, ooh. It's just like when you see it this bad, it's like, what happened here? How is that even possible? So yeah, it's guys like that where it's like 30% from the field, 20% from the field. A guy who normally shoots 50% is shooting 35%. I gotta try and fix that. Mess with the tendencies. Just try to figure out the fucking formula for these guys, man. The Celtics are 8-7. Brown, solid. Reggie Lewis, solid. Gamble's okay. Larry Bird's doing all right. Parrish doing okay. McHale, okay. Rick Fox, again, this is just what? So yeah, that's something I have to fix. Douglas is doing okay. Joe Klein, oh my God, come on. All right, yeah, so that's something to look into. Mark Price, Elo, for a shooter, that's, you know, that could happen. Reggie Williams, fine. Larry Nance is fine. He's getting older, so I can see that happening. Hot Rod Williams doing okay. Terrell Brandon, okay. Jason Williams, oof. Maybe look into that more. John Sally's doing okay. Danny Ferry, no. Battles. There's a couple of guys there for sure. Pistons, man, they were 5-1 and then they collapsed. Isaiah Thomas doing good though. Dumars, not so much. Spreewell, I think he's slid a little bit. Dennis Rodman, he's doing okay. Lambeer, we'll try with Lambeer, but maybe he's just toast, you know. Aguirre, oof. These guys are also old though. So here it's like, well, maybe these guys are just old and they suck now, you know. Armstrong's doing decent. Woolridge doing okay. Darrell Walker, not too great. Milwaukee Bucks, surprisingly well. Very surprising, 7-10. They're doing better than the Bulls. Murdoch is struggling. Maybe I addressed that. Maybe I'll see what his tendencies look like. It's a lot of guys, though. I might have to take a while with. I might take a while with this actually. Seeley's doing okay. Burkowski, eh, uh, not too great. Alonzo Mourning's doing decent. Vinny Johnson, he's old. I probably should get rid of him. Jeff Grayer, meh. Fred Roberts, ugh. Scott Williams, ugh. Brad Lowhouse, oh my god. Yeah. Some of those guys, maybe they just suck. I'll look into it further, though. I'll see if I can fix them. The Bulls, okay? We already know I've been trying to fix these guys. B.J. Armstrong. I think. So here's Jordan. Jordan's numbers, he seems fine now. Pippen, he's doing great. Grant, he's a work in progress. Bill Cartwright is a work in progress. Kukoc is doing absolutely fine. Maybe I increase his shot tendencies and stuff like that. Terry Davis, I don't know. Edwards, I gotta get rid of him. He has to go. He has to go, I think. Paxson, he's doing okay. But yeah. In fact, we got Buechler here, and we got Brent Price here. Cheeks, I don't know. But Brent Price is a point guard. We got Purdue here. I might try to fix these guys. You know, I don't want to do like, especially early in the season. What I might do is just kind of like cut Kevin Edwards, and then Brent Price. I guess he's a pure point guard, isn't he? Paxson I can move to the two guard position, although he's 6'2". Brent Price, but we'd add Buechler. Sorry, I'm just trying to work it out in my head. So cut him. I think Terry Davis is doing fine. Paxson, maybe we just keep him at point guard. I think the main things is cutting Kevin Edwards, and then giving Will Purdue minutes and Buechler minutes, but help making sure that Will Purdue's numbers look like this and not this, right? And then I'll save Brent Price for we don't have to boost him now, but Buechler's supposed to be a catch and shoot guy, right? So I think I want to get him into the rotation and have him do what he's supposed to be doing, which is catching and shooting it. So I want to do that for Buechler. So I think we're just gonna like get rid of Kevin Edwards and get Buechler and Purdue in the rotation, and then see if we can continue fixing some of these guys. The Heat are 5-10. Bimbo Cole's not doing too well. Neither is Steve Smith. Glenn Rice's numbers are even down. I'm not even sure why. I didn't touch these guys really. Grant Long, Cycli, they're doing okay. Burton, Todd Day, Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw's doing nice, actually. Antonio Davis. Not too bad. Huh. Okay. So, yeah. Scott Skiles. Not shooting well at all. Nick Anderson. Dennis Rudy Scott. No wonder why they're so bad. Their shooters aren't shooting well at all. Catler's doing good. Doherty's doing solid. Wilkins doing solid. Ori? Ooh. Come on, man. Come on. English doing decent for an old man. Brian Williams. The second unit. Oh my god. This is the worst one yet. 18% from the field. Yeah. But overall, second unit is doing decent. We're gonna see about how we can fix these guys. Their 3-point shooting has been pretty terrible, and these are shooters. These guys are actually this is what they're supposed to be making a living doing, is shooting the ball. So that's not good. Pacers, what is happening here? Pooh Richardson is doing okay. He's not really known for being a shooter. Reggie Miller seems fine. 51% from the field, or 52. 40% from 3 points. Detlef Shrimp is known to be able to shoot. stretch capabilities, but he is doing awful right now. I gotta fix that. Del Davis doing awful, which is a shame because he was so good in my previous sim. That's not right. That's not right. I gotta fix that. Rick Smits also not right. He was a good player in my previous sim. We gotta fix that too. Walt Williams, this is just bad, dudes. This is just bad. Vern Fleming is okay. Yeah. Oh, Luke Longley's doing okay. Yeah, but there's these guys. I mean, 4-12. There's no. They have no business being that bad. The Bullets. This is really surprising. Remio Robinson really regressed. Miners. Harvey Grant is doing okay. Terry Mills seems fine. Purvis Ellison seems fine. Gugliotta seems fine. What is wrong with this team? John Williams. Tim Legler. Come on, man. Come on, legs. AJ English. Larry Stewart. We need to tighten this rotation. Maybe Gugliotta should be starting. I don't know. Remo Robinson seems to be underwhelming as a point guard. I don't know. They've been pretty bad. I don't know. But okay. Go to the West. 13-3 Blazers, which you would expect. Porter, Drexler, Kersey, all good. Buck Williams, not too bad. Kevin Duckworth. I don't think I have to fix anything here. Benoit Benjamin, oof, not too great. Cliff Robinson, oh, come on. No way. What? Clarence Weatherspoon, not bad. Ainge? No. Robert Pack, All right, yeah, there's definitely some guys I have to fix there. Almost every damn team, I gotta fix something. Maxwell, great. Dale Ellis, great, but his three-point shooting is not good. Gotta fix that. Otis Thorpe is fine. Lajuan's fine. Moses Malone's doing wonderful, actually. Mario Ellie, gotta fix that. Matt Bullard, gotta fix his three-point percentage. He's a stretch four. Buck Johnson's fine. Tony Smith, I don't really know much about this guy, but we'll try to see if we can fix his numbers. Across the board, just trying to fix everybody's numbers to make it look acceptable to society. Magic Johnson, good. Byron Scott, good. Barkley, good. AC Green, good. Vlade Divac, good. Perkins, could be better. Threat, much improved. Tracy Moore, not too bad, but could improve a little bit. Terry Teagle, okay. All right. Not too much I have to do there. The Sonics, Peyton, decent. Chapman seems okay. His 3-point numbers aren't too good, though. Derek McKee, it's okay. Sean Kemp, pretty solid. So bonus, could be a little bit better. Eddie Johnson, decent. Dana Barrows, good. Nick McMillan, oof. Gotta fix that. Brett Roberts, doing okay. Mark Eaton, oh, God, no. All right, Suns have really picked it up. Wow, look at that. 7 wins out of the last 10 games. Kevin Johnson's doing good. Hornacek, Marley, Chambers. Oof, Lang could be improved a bit. Sabalos is doing good. Dumas, Tim Perry, PJ Brown is doing okay. Good. Not too bad. Suns are doing all right. Oh, I forgot to fix the Suns court. Oh well. Rod Strickland, doing okay, I guess. Ricky Pierce, solid. Sean Elliott, Terry Cummings, not too bad. Anderson is doing really bad, though. Antoine Carr as well. Avery Johnson is doing good. Okay. Brian Steeth, not too bad. Yeah, I think Strickland's going to be on the trading block. And I think that Avery Johnson is too lowly rated. We got to fix his number. We got to fix his overall rating. It's not right for where he needs to be, because he should be a starter, and then that allows Rod Strickland to go somewhere else, which I think is the right move. Okay, but overall, most of those guys seem okay. The Jazz, Stockton, good. Malone, okay. Yeah. Ty Corbin, decent. Carmelo, good. Dino Rogers doing pretty damn good. Humphreys, yes. Robertson, not quite. Got to fix that a little bit. Chris Cowiak, oof. Isaac Austin, okay. Not bad. All right, not bad overall. Clippers! Clippers for 8 and 9. Not too good. Mark Jackson, decent. Ron Harper, good. Ken Norman, meh. All right. Danny Manning, good. Stanley Roberts, terrible. Anthony Bowie, ugh. Gary Grant, fuck you. Elda Polonese, it's fine. Loy Vaught, shit. All right, yeah, there's some guys there. Every team has guys that I have to fucking fix. That's a lot. Tim Hardaway, approve. Marshallonis, approve. Mullen, okay. Billy Owens, all right. Tyron Hill, good. Bernard King, okay. Victor Alexander, good. Chris Catling, all right. Rod Higgins, okay. Steve Henson, okay. Warriors seem fine. What the hell? They're like the only team that I don't have to do anything with. Michael Williams doing much better. Doug West, it's okay. Chuck Person, Fonzo Ellis, good. Felton Spencer, not bad. Tony Campbell, Thurl Bailey, Gerald Class, all these guys look pretty good. Vinny Del Negro, doing all right. John Barry, could be better, but he's also a rookie. See here, it's like, well, he's a rookie. Maybe he would be struggling like this. Randy Brewer, nah, all right. Kings, all right. Haven't seen Shaq yet. Damn it. All right. We got it. So the Bulls have been such a problem that I've been distracted. Haven't seen Shaq. Haven't fixed the Suns court. All right. Spud Webb, good. Mitch Richmond doing fine. Lionel Simmons doing okay. Tisdale doing good. Shaq doing good. You would hope. You would hope he'd be, Coswell, oof. Hobson, oof. Bonner, not bad. Brown, big oof. But he's also a 74 overall. What do you expect? Shincy is not bad. All right. It's just some guys here and there. Derek Harper, not bad. Fat Lever, pretty terrible. Running McRae. In real life, Running McRae does get traded to the Bulls. But I wonder if I want to do that. Because they already got Tony Kukoc cooking. You know what I mean? I guess you could trade it for Terry Davis. Should I just do that now? I might do that. I might do that before we're done. Cage, good. Sean Rux. Then we'll try to fix McRae after we do that. Iluzolono, Doug Smith, Donald Hodge. I know I signed. Hubert Davis is doing pretty bad. Herb Williams is doing decent. Or maybe I'll trade for McRae a little bit later. I don't know. We'll see. Nuggets 3-11, but Abdul Ralph doing fine. This guy and this guy, as I expected, not too good. Leitner, not too good so far. Mutombo doing decent. Garland, not too great. Greg Anderson doing solid. Doug Christie, not too bad. Doug Christie might be able to start now, honestly. Todd Lichty, no. Mike Sanders, meh. Yeah, not too great there. Oh, that's it. That's everybody. Yeah. Yeah, McRae is somebody I think I'd want to put on the Bulls. You know what? It's 12:30. And before we go, let me just show you what I'm going to do. Like Edwards, you got to go, sir. You got to go. This is not working out. It's not working out. Now, we only have 14 players, or 13 players on the roster, so let's add some hobo to the team. Honestly, let's just add Massenberg. He'll be in the bench for now. But I might do something with him later. Okay, because Massenberg was a guy for a little while there. All right. So now let's have Bushler be a 2-guard. Don't worry, there's a method to my madness. And then Purdue. All right. So what I'm going to do here, Bushler is supposed to be a catch and shoot threat. Let's carefully look at his numbers. 66 layup. Mid-range. Well, it's alright. Let's bump up his three-point shoot a little bit. I'm just trying to get him I'm trying to get him in the rotation. That's my main goal here. Alright. Potential. This is about here. I mean, he was never really that great, so 77's good. Hustle's good. Intangibles. This is always the easiest way to get someone a higher rating. So let's make intangibles higher. 73, though. Offensive consistency can help, too. So that... How about defensive consistency, too? Let's bump that a little bit. 75. That's about okay. Shot IQ, does that help us at all? Not really. Alright. No, that's not helping us at all either. About this, no. Just trying to get like a 76 would be good. Now I don't want to bump his layup numbers up that much. 75 might be okay. Draw foul. Yeah, that's that. Oh. Well, he's not really that guy, though. He's not that kind of guy. Basketball IQ. How about pass IQ? Oh, okay. There we go. Shot IQ. The 76 is fine. 76 is more than fine. And then with Will Perdue, let's just make his standing dunk better. Driving dunk, whatever. Shot IQ high. Offensive consistency better. Help IQ, help defense, good. Rebound 75. Okay, his intangibles are already really, really high. 76 is okay. And then Cartwright now is lower than Purdue, which I wasn't intending on. So, first of all, standing dunk, let's make this way higher. His layup, no, he shouldn't be trying to lay up the ball at all. Close shots is 4. So really, he should be only focusing on standing dunks and putbacks. That's really all we need from him at this point in his career. Shot IQ, let's make this up higher. How about pass IQ? Let's make that a little bit higher too. Offensive consistency. Interior defense a little bit higher. You know, just a little bit. Blocks, not really a blocker. Rebounds. Help IQ. Consistency. I'm just trying to make sure he is higher than Purdue, because we're trying to get Purdue in the rotation. Now we got Terry Davis. Layups are... Yeah, no, I don't want to do that for him. Not really a guy who needs to score a lot. Let's check out offensive consistency across the board. Let's just check that out. So we got Paxson and Armstrong are pretty good in this area. Brent Price, not who we're worried about right now. Let's make Pippen a little bit better at consistency, or a lot better. Kukoc, Bushler's good. Grant could be higher. Terry Davis could be higher. Purdue's doing fine. Just maybe that will help these guys. How about defensive consistency? Let's see. I mean, Armstrong's not really known for his defense. Oh, this is perimeter defense, though. 80. That could help, actually. 83 overall. Is that too high? How'd I do that? I didn't touch anything. I swear, I didn't do anything with B.J. Armstrong. 3.91, mid-range 87. You know what, then? His defensive consistency should be better, then. Look, the Bulls are 6-10. They need help. If their guys need to be more defensively consistent, then so be it. Um, Horace Grant, Cartwright. These guys are already consistent. How about intangibles? That's about fine. All right. What's with Kukoc being at 26 though? We'll just leave it. Yeah, it's fine. All right, and then last thing. All right, full diagnosis. Okay. So Jordan is fine. Pippen is fine. Grant. Let's see. Let me go back to vital or the detail view. Here's Grant. So what do you say he's good at? Standing dunk, right? Scoring wise, close shot, mid-range shot. You know, it's not too great, right? It's just decent at best. But I think what we should, in order to help his numbers and to help the team, like his shot and touch tendencies are low. Let's keep this low. Yeah, let's just kind of. Maybe this needs to be down even further. I'm just really trying to like get him. Like, there should not be a situation where he's trying to score. Like he should never be like 1 for 10 ever or 1 for 7. He should be like 1 for 2, 3 for. You know what I mean? Like just nothing. Leave it to Jordan and Pippen. Kukoc off the bench. B.J. Armstrong. Uh, you know. But you got your putbacks. Alley oops are fine. Driving dunks even lower. Standing dunks fine. Hopefully that's enough. And then I think Armstrong will get better. Armstrong seems to be doing better. His numbers are going up, so let's just leave him alone. Kukoc is good. Terry Davis, who I might trade, but let's check out his numbers. So he's doing well under the basket, and but not close middle. So yeah, that's fine. Let's make this lower. Or no, not close, but make this lower and this higher. And then let's go here. This higher. This, oh, well, that one's about the same. And then putbacks. Get the putbacks up there. And then, yeah, putbacks for Bill Cartwright. Make that way higher. Standing dunks way higher. Driving dunks way lower. He's not at the point of his career where he's making a lot of alley-oops. Or trying to get any alley-oops. But everything else... I mean, everything's pretty low now, you know? Like, it should be fine now. How about Will Perdue? He hasn't done anything yet. But I have a feeling that this is probably too high. So let's just put these down a little bit lower for Will Perdue. Make this lower. Mid range is at nothing, which is what we want. And then let's check this out. Putbacks way higher. Dunks. Driving dunks lower. Okay. Oh, and then Buechler. Now Buechler, if I remember correctly, really focusing on three-point shooting with him. So let's do that. Let's see. I say touches or shot higher. Yeah, Kukoc needs to be higher here too. How about Paxson? Paxson's mainly coming off the bench. His touches should be higher. Like he's the main guy with the ball. Under the basket. I don't know if I like that. Let's make this lower. Mid-range, a little bit lower. I really don't know what to expect from him. And then 3-point tendency, way high. Very high. Okay. And then off screens, if he's open, right? Paxson should be taking threes off screens too. Did I put him too low for shot tendencies? I kind of did. Let's make it a little bit higher because he's coming off the bench. He's coming off the bench doing that. So, and then how's Paxson doing? He's hardly been taking any threes. His mid-range tendencies are too high. Although he's good mid. Okay, let's just a little bit lower. A little bit lower. All right. I feel like I did enough. I feel like I did all I could do with this Bulls team. I really think so. All right. We got the starting five is the same. We got Davis. We got Paxson. We got Will Perdue. And then Buechler should be also in the mix. There we go. But the minutes are not good, so let's fix that. You know what? You know what I think I should do? Paint mode. Just because Horace Grant is shooting so poorly, I think what would be a good idea. Although we have Davis right here. Maybe I shouldn't mess with that. Okay, no, what I should do instead is, yeah, Buechler doesn't need to be out here for this. Kukoc. I'm just trying to think, like, if I'm getting rid of one guy's minutes, who am I replacing them with? I definitely want Buechler out there sometimes. Right now he has 10 minutes. Kukoc, Davis. I think we want to, like, kind of do that. No, no, no. This. Yeah, what about Pippen, though? Oh, man. I wonder if 10-minute rotation really works. Buechler, Paxson, Purdue. I do think we need another big man out there, though. I think that's what's been killing them is only having another a big man off the bench. All right, let's try this. We'll try it. Okay. I might need to make more fixes. We'll try this. I do think Pippen needs more minutes, though. All right. Let's give this a shot. Let's just do a week of simming. Let's see what happens. Looking good. They lost to this Warriors team, and now they beat them pretty handily. Paxson, 3 for 4, 10 points. Purdue, 2 for 5, not bad. Buechler, doing okay in limited minutes. Grant and Davis not really trying to do much on offense. Letting the other guys do their thing. 30-point win. All right. I really have to step at December 6th, though, because I don't want to affect... I haven't really addressed other teams. And I want to make sure I fix those too. All right, that was a little tight. But Jordan with 40 points. Cartwright with 4 points. These guys aren't really doing too much on offense. With Kukoc with 11. I think Kukoc, because he's coming off the bench. Oh, 3 for 10 though. Might be fine. 37. Yeah, it's fine. 8 and 10. Let's try this. Okay. They won that one. 35 points for Jordan, 29 for Pippen. I mean, maybe the 10-man rotation just works better. Pip, Kukoc, 3 for 8. All right, let's try the Wolves. This should be an easy win. And then they're 10 and 10 if they win this game, which they should. They should win this game. Come on, man. Okay, here we go. Whew. All right, there we go. 37 for Jordan. Now look at this. He's almost averaging 30 points per game. He's doing fine. Pippen's still doing good. B.J. Armstrong's getting closer to 40, averaging 40% from the field. Horace Grant is slowly climbing his field goal percentage. Kukoc dipping a little bit. Bill Cartwright doing fine. Terry Davis not too great. I don't know. I might do that Ronnie McRae trade because I think that'd be good for them because he offers a little bit more. Will Purdue is doing okay. Buechler is doing good in his limited minutes. Okay, they're 10 and 10. I feel like we're getting there with the Bulls. I think we're getting there with the Bulls to the point where it can almost leave them alone and let them cook, which would be good. There's still other teams that we need to figure out, but I feel like we fixed the Bulls. If you want a lesson on how to fix teams like that, you have to just kind of like don't slow down the simming. I mean, do slow down the simming. Try to diagnose the problem. Try to make some adjustments here and there. That's what I did with my previous sim. That's how they were able to win 6 championships, by the way. I mean, the struggle was the first 2 championships because that was the early 90s. That's when they had Cartwright and et cetera. But once I had Dennis Rodman and Ron Harper on that team, I didn't have to fix them at all. But during this early period, the early 90s period, a period which NBA 2K does not respect for some reason, there's just some fixing. It's just a matter of making sure the offense tailors to Pippen or to Jordan, and then Pippen to number 2, a clear number 2, and then everyone else falls in line, and then making sure all the shooting percentages are respectable, above 40%, hopefully 50%. For some of the big men, which is what generally that's what it was. Bill Cartwright was. I think maybe he was maybe on the lower side, but Horace Grant was not like a terrible shooter. He wasn't a guy who was like shooting a lot. He was just doing his thing in the in the paint. You know what I mean? So, all right, that's it. We are done. Let me end this with changing. What time is it? Yeah, let's just do this real quick. Ah, no wait, hold on a second. I almost majorly screwed up there. All right, Suns. The Suns need to change their court, right? I think they do. Yeah, this is the old court. Old logo, old court. So let me make sure I do this before I get too caught up in other stuff. And then we're good to go. And then next episode, hopefully I'll have fixed all the things that need to be fixed. Hold on, I got hold on a second. Here we go. I have the court on my phone. I want to make sure I can get the best one possible. All right, so there is. It's like a smaller sun. That one's generally okay. Doesn't the lettering, the font isn't perfect? Let's see. See if we can get an even better one. If not, that's okay. That is pretty damn close. Phoenix Suns. That's it. That's the court right there. All right, let's hope this works. All right, let's check this. Yep, all this looks good. Let's check let's just check the court itself. The fuck? Nothing happened. What? Gah. Oh my god. What just happened? I don't understand why they don't do this for me. This is an iconic court. For the Suns especially. Where was it? I think it was over here. Why isn't this working? I don't understand. You're seeing what I'm doing, and it's not working. It's not working. Let me try one more. Let me just try a different one. Alright, let's see if we can find one with similar... Because this one was exactly it. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Now I have to see if there's somebody else with the exact same design. If not, I'll try one that's close to it, just to see if it actually works. But none of these are right. This one is like close, but not quite. How come our one guy can do it, but not anybody else? Still looking. Maybe I can't find one like that. It really sucks that I can't add the one that I tried adding, you know? Let me go back to the beginning because I think there's one on the first page. That one, it's serviceable. It's this one. Can we at least get this one, please? Okay. Let's check out. Let's see what happened. Okay. All right. This will do. This is good. Great. Okay. It worked. The lettering isn't perfect, but that's fine, dudes. I can't worry myself about that. How'd the Spurs court looked? How does the Spurs court look? Just curious. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. That's everything. Thank you very much. For those of you who watch after the fact, I am Nutty Sports Gamer. We fixed the Bulls. I gotta fix a bunch of other players because their shooting splits are garbage. But looks like the Bulls are doing okay, and we'll keep an eye on the Bulls. And I want to check out other teams too. I want to check out other teams. So I don't want to have to spend too much time uh, figuring out the Bulls' problems. So, but what time is it? It's 1 o'clock. Um, so tomorrow's Thursday. I might have to wait till the weekend because the thing that I have to do is going to take uh, a couple of days. It's going to take a couple of days because I have to really, really make sure I fix everything. And I might sim a couple of games just to test it, just to see if what I did worked. Um, yeah, but I'm just gonna like whatever. I'm just gonna try and fix some tendencies here and there for a lot of these guys, and then and then see where we're at from there. All right, but thank you very much, and yeah, I'll pop up during the weekend. Goodbye, everybody.